think being here at Melwood was the first step in the right direction on that. We decided to build a young squad that we can grow.
As a player, I look forward to playing in these games. You want to be competing against the best players and challenging yourself.
We've got Chelsea and Manchester United in our last 2 home games. We want to try and get as many points at home as we can to try and cement that full spot.
Here today at Melwood, where Liverpool Women moved in at the start of the season. If you'd said with 3 games to go, Liverpool would be in the position they're in now, would you have been happy?
Yeah, of course. But obviously, we always want to do as well as we can, and we're ready to compete to obviously win things. But we're obviously going through a bit of a transition with the amount of changes made in the last 2 windows, personnel-wise. But we're really pleased with where we are. To be challenging for that full spot.
For me, I'm always going to say I want to win every game. But I think if you look from the second half of last season, the performances and the results that we got, I think we've definitely built on that, and we knew that within the group.
We're not going to run before we can walk. It's a gradual process. Myself, Russ, the club are all aligned on that, and we'll just take it a step at a time.
What's been your high point this season then?
High points. Obviously beating Man United just before Christmas was great for the supporters, especially after what happened the year before.
Probably going to say the Arsenal game, the first game of the season. I think sharing it with the fans at the Emirates was a big part, and it was quite a unique moment. But I think everything that had come up against us in the previous week in terms of the depleted squad that we had and the players that we had, I thought the performance was fantastic. We had our backs against the walls for sure, and it wasn't by any means a pretty win, but for us to start the season off and share it with our fans, that was definitely one that I remember.
Chelsea coming up, the away game at Chelsea didn't go to plan, but at home at Prenton Park, do you look forward to these challenges?
9 times out of 10 we do well at Prenton Park. They're normally tight games. Chelsea are a top side. We'll be playing them off the back of their obviously Champions League semi-final campaign. So be a good test for us. And we've got Chelsea and Manchester United in our last 2 home games. We want to try and get as many points at home as we can to try and cement that full spot.
They're obviously a top team, but for us, we know we prepare. And if you go into a game scared of the opposition, then for me, there's no point in playing the game. So for me personally, I look forward to the challenge.
And do you think the Champions League semi-final might have any impact on the preparation?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think obviously the league is a big focus for them as well, and I think they're experienced enough to know that they've built a squad, and they're competing on every front on regular for the past 4 or 5 seasons. So for me, I don't think for them it's any different in terms of playing midweek and again at the weekend. They're used to it as a squad, but it's something for us that we can definitely try and take advantage of them. With us not having played for 10 days or so, we should be fresh going into the game, and hopefully we can utilise that.
And Emma Hayes leaving Chelsea at the end of the season. For you, how much has she had an impact on the women's game in this country?
Yeah, I played under Emma for 6 months when I was at Chelsea. I think she's left a huge legacy. I think being such a powerful woman in the women's game. I think she's obviously taken Chelsea from where they were to being fighting on for European. So I think she deserves a huge amount of credit and what she's built and how she's managed to change stuff in the women's game and in the league. And I think when every team gets stronger, it pushes everybody else in the league, and she's probably been the forefront of that. So I think it's a huge loss for the league, but I think we wish her all the best for a new opportunity in the US.
And the upcoming match against Chelsea is your 150th appearance for Liverpool. Since records began, that's the most for any Liverpool women's player. What does that mean to you, knowing that you've played more times with the Liver Bird on your shirt than any other woman?
Yeah, it's extremely special. It's something that I'm extremely proud of, and I think it's probably flown by, especially since coming back, that you say that to me, I'm like, wow. But no, obviously I'm loving pulling on the Liverpool shirt every single day, whether it be training, playing, and growing up being a Liverpool fan. And I think when you say it like that, it's something that I'll look back on and I'll be extremely proud of. But for now, I want to try and get as many more.
Can you tell us a bit about your trip to the academy? You've had a changing room named after you, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete surprise, and to be honest, I don't think it's really sunk in yet. But they have a first female dressing room at the academy, and it's named after me. So it was a bit of an emotional moment, kind of going and seeing it for the first time. But I hope that I can do my best every single day for this club, and it inspires not just the young girls that come through the doors, but the young boys as well. And I think I'm extremely honoured to be in the corridor amongst there's some special players in the alongside me. So yeah, it's a huge honour to be there and something I'm extremely proud of.